Guys, here are some notes to get you through the rest of this matrices stuff. Okay, this is actually addressed already in our last homework assignment. If B and A are inverses, they undo each other, which means when you take A times B and you take B times A, you have to do both, then you'll get this identity matrix, which is 1, 0, 0, 1. For the 3 by 3s, you would get a bigger identity matrix, just 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, and 0, 0, 1. What you're looking for is ones down what we call the main diagonal. Okay, so on these guys, and you already did this, like I said, on your test review, you would just multiply in both directions and see if you get the identity. If you do, they are inverses, and if you don't, then they're not. Now, finding inverses by hand is pretty tricky, actually. So the first thing they're going to do is just have you find them with your calculator here. And I'll show you how to do these by hand in a minute. But all you'll do is you'll store this in your calculator as matrix A, and then just do A negative 1. So let's do number 4 here. So it's a 3 by 3. Okay, 1, 3, negative 1. 1, 3, negative 1, 0, 2, negative 1. 1, 3, negative 1. 0, 2. 1, 3, negative 1, 0, 2, negative 1. And then I have 1, 1, 0. Where'd it go? All right, so once it's in there, you'll go to second quit, you'll go to second matrix, and you'll just select A, and then to find the inverse, you just hit that inverse button. And this one does not have an inverse. Not all matrices have inverses. So this one does not have an inverse, and you just would say no inverse. There's no matrix that exists that will undo it. That's fun that I picked that one special. Let's try this one here. I'm hoping it does. 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 4. 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 4. Two, 3, 2, 3, 3, 4. And negative 1's across the bottom. Okay, a lot of times when you do, inverses, you will get fractions. I'm curious if you'll get fractions on this one. And no, you don't. You get pretty normal numbers. If you do end up getting decimals in this spot, what you're going to do is you're just going to hit math 1 like we normally do to change it over to fractions. And that's how you do it. So this inverse was actually real nice, and there it is. Okay? So now, the next idea is the stuff by hand. This is what you're going to want in your notes, guys. All right, the determinant. The determinant, we're only going to do these for 2 by 2s. For 3 by 3s, it's too hard, and it's not really necessary for you to do. We're just going to do the 2 by 2s, the small ones, and these are the by hands. Okay, first of all, like we did on that problem down there when there was no inverse, first of all, you have to determine if there even is an inverse. And the determinant has the word determinant, and it will tell us if there is even an inverse. Okay, so how do you determine? If the determinant, which we call the DTT, equals a number, then it has an inverse. But if that number was 0, then there's no inverse, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is how do you find the determinant? And if your matrix goes like this, A, B, C, D, the determinant is, you're just going to circle this, and you're going to circle this. And it's going to be whatever A times D is when you multiply it, and you subtract whatever B times C is. So AD minus BC. Okay? So AD minus BC. So here, the determinant of this guy would be 5 times negative 4, which is negative 20, minus 3 times negative 2 is negative 6, which becomes plus the positive. So the determinant here is negative 14. Now your calculator can do this as well. It will be a 2 by 2 that I'm going to edit. And 5, 3, negative 2, negative 4. Okay, you go to second quit. You go to second, what do I do actually? Second matrix. And if you go to math here, you see determinant is right here, number 1. So you do the determinant, and now you select the matrix of matrix A, and it should tell us negative 14. There it is, negative 14. Okay, but it's not hard to do by hand. It's actually kind of quicker to do it by hand. So this guy here, you would do AD, which is 12, minus 14, which is negative 2. The determinant is negative 2. This one, you could not use your calculator. You would have to do this by hand, and it would be x cubed minus 4x. Okay, the determinant would be x cubed minus 4x. Okay, so how do you find the actual inverse? Okay, here's how you find the inverse. You will have to memorize this. That's why I want you in your notes. Your calculator could, is that how you spell memorize? Maybe a Z? I'm going to erase that because I don't like the way it looks. Your calculator could also do it, but sometimes if there's an X or something, you would have to do it by hand. So here's how you do it. You do the 1 over whatever the determinant is. And you're going to take that times. Okay, remember how I said A, B, C, and D. Okay, I told you to circle this and circle this. Okay, for each circle, you're going to do one thing. So in the first circle, you're going to actually switch their places. The D goes here and the A goes here. And then remember how you subtracted B and C? You're going to keep these the same, but you just subtract, you change their signs. And then you just multiply it through. So for this guy, the determinant first would be 0. Oh, doggers, look, 0 minus 0. There's no inverse for this guy. This will have no inverse because the determinant equals 0. And this is why it has no inverse, because you can't have 1 over 0 in a fraction. Let's try number 2. Okay, the determinant first would be negative 16 minus 72. Okay, so it's negative 88. That's kind of gross. That's all right. Negative 16 minus 72, negative 88. Okay, so let's make our 1 over negative 88. I could promote that negative up top if I wanted to for safekeeping. Okay, and then you switch the first two guys. So the 8 goes here and the negative 2 goes down there. And then you change the signs of these two guys, negative 9 and negative 8. And now you just multiply everybody through. So negative, this will be negative 1 over 11. This will be positive 9 over 88. This will be positive 1 over 11. And the bottom would be, what, positive 1 over 44? And that's what the inverse of this guy is. Like I said, it's normal for there to be fractions. We can check it by hand if you'd like. Second matrix, edit 1. Okay, what was it to begin with? Negative 2, 9, 8, 8. Negative 2, 9, 8, 8. All right, so now I go to second quit, second matrix, A inverse, and I'm going to get a lot of fractions. Just like, do you see that? Let me erase it. Ew, disgusting. But if you hit math 1, there are those guys we just said. Okay, so by hand, it's not too bad, but you would have to memorize it. I'll do one more. If I can find it. Well, this one's going to be 0 again, so there's no inverse here, guys. Look, 0 minus 0, so that one here. Okay, last one. So first find the determinant. It'll be AD, which is 18, plus 49, because minus negative 49 becomes plus 49. 49 plus 18, 67, I think. Okay, so 67. The determinant is 67. So let me put 1 over 67. And now we switch and change the signs. So switch these two guys. So the 2 goes here and the 9 goes here. And then these two guys would be positive 7 now. And we get 2 over 67, 7 over 67. Seems disgusting. 7 over 67 and 9 over 67. Okay, to check with the calculator if you wanted. 9, negative 7, negative 7, 2. That's funny. Look at it. 2, 2. That's better. That makes me laugh. No, what was here? I said 9, 2. No, 9, negative 7. I think this is it. If not, we'll cry. Okay, second matrix. A inverse. Lots of fractions. Yep. Math 1. I think it's what we get. 2 over... Oh, what did I mess up? My numbers on top were right. My bottom number was wrong. So that means my determinant was wrong. Let's see where I screwed up my determinant, guys. AD is 18. 9 times 2 is 18. Be plus 49. Isn't that 7? 9, negative 7, negative 7, 2. Let's see here. The determinant. Oh, it's negative 31. I don't know why I'm stupid. Do you ever have a mistake and you can't see it? Just ruining this video. AD. Oh, thank you. I'm so stupid. It's not minus negative 49. It's minus positive 49. So it's 18 minus 49, which is like negative 49 plus 18. Okay. I'm sorry if that confused everybody. Sadness. So then you would subtract to keep the minus 31. Okay, so this should be a 31 on all these. 2 over 31. Oh my God. They're all 31s, okay? I'm sorry I messed that up. I can do another video if you want to, but it's at the very end and now I'm sad. Okay, so just hang in there. All you need notes today, and then tomorrow we'll work on the problem. Or I guess Monday we'll work on the problems.